Hi everyone, my name is David Horste and I'm going to talk about Queen Coal technology. I'm from dvhdesigns.com, you can check me out online. So Queen Coal technology is not clean coal technology. I'm talking about queens, as in the goddess Sybil, the Roman goddess of the earth, or Queen Victoria, who presided over the British Empire in the industrial age. And when we talk about Queen Coal technology, we're going to have a brief history of the Earth and its energy, humanity's carbon catch and release program, the Industrial Revolution, fossil fuel fools and fossil fuel jewels, and shaking up the tree of life in the next 4.5 minutes. So the sun is our father. All energy on Earth comes from the sun, whether it's old fossil fuels, whether it's wind energy, whether it's hydro energy or whatever. It comes from solar energy that's bombarding the Earth. And while the sun is our father in heaven, the Earth is our mother. We all come from the Earth. We all come from the primordial ooze. We come from the dust of the earth, and to the dust we shall return. But I'm not just some airy-fairy person that's going to talk about New Age stuff. I do believe in geological time. The Earth was created 4.5 billion years ago. About 1.5 billion years ago, primordial algae started forming in the seas, and that started creating the atmosphere over the next billion years. It was about 450 million years ago that the first land plants appeared. And from about 350 million years ago to about 60 million years ago, all these forests covered the Earth and died and compressed and continued making the atmosphere and capturing carbon. This is what the Earth looked like 300 million years ago. The continents were in completely different places. I mean, geological time is a long time. And during that time, we had all these forests, no humans, not many animals, and the forests were capturing the solar sunlight, storing it up as carbon, forests dying, going into peat bogs, turning into lignite coal, being compressed into further coal. But let's flash forward to just 20,000 years ago when humans started doing human-like things. When we found coal, we made beads out of it and jewelry out of it. 2,000 years ago, there were Roman self-castrating transsexual eunuch priestesses who worshiped the goddess Sybil and wore black jewelry to honor her, made out of coal. And then around the Renaissance, Britain started running out of forests, and they started using coal, and they developed steam engines to pump the water out of the coal mines, and then they developed better steam engines, which started pulling the coal out of the mines and moving the coal and making better steel, and it became a self-feeding thing where there's more energy, more coal, more steel, and it brought a lot of prosperity to the world. And the Industrial Revolution's been going on for 200 years. It made Britain rich, then it made the United States rich. It made Europe rich. It's brought all sorts of energy and abundance to us, from highways to all sorts of other things, and steel and buildings and built Western civilization. Ironically, from the 1850s to the 1890s, throughout the British Empire, women were still wearing jewelry made out of coal. It was gemstone jet, which is gem-grade lignite coal, and they would wear it as mourning jewelry like this, and it helped them deal with their grief. But coal mining is really dirty, so we're ripping up the earth to get tens of millions of years worth of solar energy that's compacted in these dead forests from millions of years ago, strip mining, blowing off mountaintops, all to get energy to keep the lights on and everything. And of course, burning coal is dirty, like all fossil fuels, but coal's the dirtiest. It pollutes the air, it pollutes the water, it pollutes the land, and there's not much we can do about it, but we use so much of it. And I'm not here to be all harsh about coal and say, it's evil, it's evil. We should be grateful. Look at the abundance. Look at this building. Look at this energy. We really should be grateful for all the abundance and prosperity we have. But we need to keep in mind where it's coming from and where this energy is coming from. And Americans use about half their electricity comes from coal, just like in China. Every single American is responsible for burning 18 pounds of coal a day, every day. And this just really is not sustainable. It causes climate change. Every ton of coal we burn, and each of us is going to burn a couple tons this year, puts 3.7 tons of CO2 in the atmosphere, which we can't take out. There's no clean coal. So I've got queen coal. I'm going back to the old ways, making gemstone jet jewelry, cutting up coal, getting people in touch with it so that they're fossil fuel jewels. It's not going to replace the energy, but I want people to think about it. These are ancient forests, and it's the tree of life. It's ancient solar energy. And I want people to think about where this energy comes from the spotlight, and to touch it, and to become in touch with it, and to learn more about how we're getting our fuels and make better, more sustainable choices. Thank you for letting me share about clean coal technology, and enjoy the rest of the evening.